Hey, Lee Cole here. And I've got a real treat for you today. I got JV access to, review access to Andrew Darius's new software app. This is a cloud-based app. It's called Sales Copy Maker. And what this does, it's mainly being sold as a software that will create scripts for video sales letters. It will actually do more than that, and I'm quite excited about it. So, give you a little background on me in case you're not on my list, you don't know me. I have run both an online and an offline consulting business for close to 10 years now. I have personally written several hundred sales letters, both for myself and clients, and literally thousands. That's not an exaggeration. Thousands of promotional emails, plus tons of other marketing type stuff. I'm a freaking professional when it comes to writing copy. And I usually, when somebody says, hey, here's a piece of software that will write sales copy for you, I usually think, yeah, sure, there's going to be like a computer program that will write another symphony just like Mozart would, right? So usually that's what I think, and I'm usually right. I mean, most software that purports to write sales copy, frankly, sucks. However, Sales Copy Maker does not suck. I took a look at it because I know the vendor Andrew Darius, and just because I want to be open-minded, and I am really I'm very, very pleased with it, how it works, and the results that you get out of it. I'm going to walk you through a couple of things. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this video because I think I can make it very clear what it does and how it does it without boring you to death. So let me just point out a couple of things. One, this is the members area, and you'll get a complete walkthrough video of the members area so you can understand all this stuff. But I want to point out a couple of places, important places. How-to videos. Notice therefore, and I love the fact that therefore, getting started, formatting the the sales letter, exporting the sales letter. It exports into basically a presentation. It exports into a PowerPoint, or if you use a Mac, you can export it into a Keynote. And then if you want to, if you don't want to, again, it's geared toward video sales letters. You don't have to use it for a video sales letter. You could just use it for a text sales letter. And I'll show you where that is in a minute. But most people are going to be using this for video sales letters, and video sales letters, quite frankly, are a little hard to write. So this is a great piece of software for this. But somebody's got to sit there and say the wording on the sales letter so that matches up to the video, right? And this talks all. You can do that yourself if you have a good speaking voice. But this talks all about how to get voice actors very cheaply to actually take the output of the software and then create an MP3 file, a voice file of them actually reading the video sales letter. So I love the fact that they're just for videos. This is a simple piece of software to use. These videos are just, look, 2 minutes long and 4 minutes long. In other words, you're not going to screw around looking at a bunch of stuff in order to figure out how to use this thing. It's very easy to use. So let's talk about how you use it. New project. You come here, you open up a new project, and you end up on this this part of the dashboard here. Now notice right here on this pull down, this shows you everything that this thing will write. And it's not just video sales letters. It's got an 11-step sales letter format. Now this is for a text-based sales letter. And I looked through all of the 11 steps. Again, I'm trying not to be boring, but pre-headline. I'm not going to read you all these. That's part of the trying not to be boring part. Headline. But all of these steps, bearing in mind, the guy talking to you, me, has literally professionally written hundreds of sales letters. And this is another thing that's not an exaggeration. Created millions of dollars in revenue for myself and for clients and for partners doing this. So flat out know what I'm talking about. I really like the steps. Okay, this covers exactly how I personally write sales letters. It is very, very good. You probably would, once you go through all 11 steps, and this is true for all of these, you should consider this as a rough draft, right? You would probably want to go back through and tweak some, okay? Change this word here, take that sentence out, add a couple of sentences in, that kind of thing. That's not the hard part about writing a sales letter. The hard part about writing the sales letter is it's building the framework, right? And notice these are all called frameworks, and I love the fact that they're called frameworks. 12-step video sales letter right here. This is how you start writing. This is how you get a video sales letter script written. Let's go over a couple of these things. So a great way to start a video sales letter, just like you start a print sales letter with a headline, a great way to start a video sales letter is with a question. And we have 14 questions, some of which are very general, so it's not like it's locking you down into a specific industry, a specific type of product. There's some very, very general ones. Let me show you one of the general ones. Are you tired of well, you can't see it if I hover over it, so I'm going to hover over here, but you look right there. Are you ready? So, are you tired of dealing with problem? You have to state problem. It doesn't have to be that way. That is a great way to start a video sales letter. Are you tired of dealing with the high cost of insurance? Like if you were doing a video sales letter for an insurance company that was a client, and they wanted to use that sales letter for their, for their potential clients. Are you tired of dealing with the high cost of insurance? It doesn't have to be that way. That would be a great intro to that. Let's see. Are you sick and tired of, look at this one right here. Are you sick and tired of whatever the problem is? I was the same way. I'm not anymore. So you have lots of ways of choosing this. Again, it doesn't lock you into a specific thing. Let's do that one. So, have you ever wanted to, suppose, let's say you had a travel website and you were selling a travel product of some sort, or maybe a travel MLM, or maybe you got a client that sells travel stuff, okay? Have you ever wanted to travel, but it seemed impossible? Have you ever wanted to travel the world? That still seems impossible to most people, right? But it seemed impossible. I'm here to tell you it's not. Now, so that would be the first slide. And how do you tell it? Well, this is the first slide. That's the next slide. You do this with a slide break. Okay, so we're going to put a slide break here. And this is so that when you export it, it's going to put this on one slide and whatever comes next on another slide. Remember, it exports to PowerPoint. It will export to Keynote. Windows users, Mac users alike, all y'all can use this. Well, let's go with this. If you ever wanted to travel the world, I'm not going to do, don't worry, I'm not doing all 12 steps. If you ever wanted to travel the world but it seemed impossible, I'm here to tell you it's not. Now, we're going to agitate the problem. Okay, so we want to travel the world, but we really don't know how. So, so you're going to choose one of these that agitates the problem. It's going to deepen, so you just said, did you ever want to travel the world? I assure you that's, possible. And so somebody who's looking at that video sales letter, who's going to be candidate for whatever you're selling, is then going to sit there. The ones who are going to be candidates are going to sit there and they're going to think, yes, I have, but I don't really think I can, right? Okay. And well, how about this as the next slide? Again, I'm hovering over here. You look right here. Okay. Can you think of anything more discouraging than problem? It's rough feeling like whatever, every time, whatever. Now we're going to have to doctor this up a little bit, but let's put that in as our next thing. Can you think of anything more discouraging than wanting to have a life and be a world traveler? Now remember, you're talking to people who want to be world travelers, but you can't because of, what would it be? Like money? Because you can't afford it. Now, in order to pick those exact words, well, in order to pick world traveler, you're going to have to know what niche you're in, or niche for my friends across the pond. But in order to, I mean, you would have to be selling a travel product, right? Or travel service, or, travel coaching, or travel whatever. Maybe you're selling a blogging product that's going to allow you to be a travel writer. I don't know. Just go with that, right? And you're focusing in on the fact that the person can't be a world traveler because they're stuck at home because they're not making enough money, okay? But you can't because you can't afford it. Or now, what if the product that you were selling to the world traveler, what if it was more of a product that told you how to travel cheaply, or a product that told you how to live in various places all around the world, is more of a how-to product? Well, you're not going to say, but you can't because you can't afford it. You would say, but you can't because, but you don't believe you can because you don't, you're not sure that you can live in all these countries all around the world, or something like that. Now, again, I'm going really fast here, and I'm thinking off the top of my head, so it's not going to be 100% great. And sales copy maker, these prompts are not meant to, be ironclad. They're meant to show you the next step, and then you're going to have to tweak some to fit your exact thing, right? But anyway, we'll get rid of this part. But can you see how this deepens it? So our first slide, it says, have you always wanted to travel the world, but it seemed impossible? I'm here to tell you it's not. Can you think of anything more discouraging, wanting to have a life and be a world traveler, but you can't because you can't afford it? Okay, so we're going to do a break there. That noise. That noise. We have a new puppy. I work, guys, I work at home. I run a home-based business. I have for over 10 years now. Hey, guys. And one of the benefits is I work with my dogs, okay? But they're acting up because we have a new puppy. Let me stop the video so I quiet them down, and then we'll get going again. So as I was saying before, we got so really interrupted by my dogs. Again, we have a new dog in the house, but it's a rescue dog. So I'm a sucker for saving animals. But anyway, so you're going to go through these steps, and you're going to create a 12-step video sales letter. And I'll show you what happens next in a second. But I want to also draw your attention to what else you can write: bullet points, explainer videos. So it doesn't have to be a sales video. It could be a video explaining something, okay? Facebook ad videos, headlines, lead page framework. If you use lead pages, retargeting framework. So this would be like retargeting stuff. Social video ad, upsell video sales letters. So you video sales letter A sold the product, the upsell sells product B. Webinars and webinar registration. So let's be like a video and a webinar registration. So look, headline, second headline, okay, bullet points, that kind of thing. Great stuff. And this will create all that stuff for you. But again, we're working on a video sales letter. So this will write a ton of stuff, not just video sales letters. After you get done, so I've done 2 steps out of 12, right? So after you get done, then you're going to hover over here. See, we hover here to save the project. I'm not doing that. And to export the sales page. Now, let's click export the sales page, and see you can export it as a PDF. Okay, so that would be if you're doing something written. But if you want to export it as a PowerPoint or a Keynote, and again, Keynote can read all of this for you Mac users. So if you want to export this as a PowerPoint, we're going to click that, and it's going to choose some templates. So this basically gives us several templates that we can use to export our stuff into. If you want a logo, like you want a watermark or something like that, or a logo that's going to be in each of these, you can upload that here. I'm not going to do that. Let's just choose this simple white gradient for that, and then we're going to export this into a PowerPoint, and let's just open that, and I'll show you what we end up with. Okay, so here we are. All right. Here we are. This is our video. Have you always wanted to travel the world, but it seemed possible? I'm here to tell you it's not. Can you think of, we'd have to, I'll tell Andrew about that. He'll get that fixed. That really has nothing to do with software. It has something to do with PowerPoint, because I'm wrestling with that in another piece of software that we're creating. But you can't. See what it did? It took that single quote and turned it into all this stuff. But that's no big deal, because you can't afford it. And again, you know, there's going to be some tweaking involved. What you're really after is the structure. That's what you're really after, and the prompting, so that you don't have to sit and look at a blank PowerPoint template and scratch your head and thinking, you know, what do I write next, right? That's the hard part. Okay, so you can export these. You can export these. You can export it as something that Mac can read, something that PowerPoint can read. You can. What would you do after that? Were you going to get a voiceover? So you'd want to take this, you would want to send it to your voiceover artist, or you yourself sit down at your desk with your microphone and, you know, use Audacity or something and record your own MP3. PowerPoint will actually, I don't know which levels of PowerPoint. In other words, I don't know if mine just does something that everybody else has done do. I don't know. But it will actually turn this into a video itself. Okay, so you can do that. You can go into Camtasia or some editing software. You would add the audio track to the video track. You can do all that stuff. If you don't know how to do all that stuff, Fiverr, Fiverr, you can get somebody to do this for you for very, very cheap. But what the software does is it structures the sales process. I can't emphasize that enough. And Andrew's team has done a fabulous job with that. This solves a huge problem. I love this software. And, if you're doing, if you work with clients, you do this for yourself, you're an affiliate marketer, whatever, you want to get into actually writing stuff, this is a great way to do it. So again, my name's Lee Cole, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, one more quick thing I forgot. I forgot my call to action. Yeah, wherever you're looking at this video, there are going to be some cards, some end screens, or if you're looking at it on our website, there's going to be a link. Click that. That will take you to the sales page for Sales Copy Maker. Now I'm signing off. Y'all have a great day.